Hello, my name is Joshua Gabi. I welcome you to Pteridophytes. What are the main representatives of the Pteridophytes? Is this plant cryptogamic or phanelogamic? The better-known Pteridophytes are the ferns and the maidenhairs from the filicinae, filicopsida group, and the selaginellas, mosslike plants from the lycopodineae, lycopsida. Pteridophytes are cryptogamic plants, that is, they are flowerless and seedless. How different are pteridophytes from bryophytes regarding substance transport? Pteridophytes are trachophytes. Those are vesicular plants. That is, they have tissues specialized for conduction of water and nutrients. Bryophytes are non-vesicular plants. In pteridophyte, their substance transport is done through vessels, and in bryophyte, their transport occurs by diffusion. Why are pteridophytes better adapted to dry land than bryophytes? Were pteridophytes always less abundant than phanelogamic plants? Although bryophytes and pteridophytes have water-dependent gametes for fecundation, the emergence of conductive vessels in this last group facilitated life in a terrestrial environment. The conductive vessels of the pteridophyte collect water from moist soil and distribute it to the cells. Bryophytes do not have this option. They depend entirely on the water that reaches the earlier part of the plant, and so they need to live in humid or rainy places. Before accession of the phanelogamic plants, plants that present seeds, the pteridophytes were plants that predominated the terrestrial environment. The large pteridophyte forest of the Carboniferous period, named after the pteridophytes, are responsible for the formation of coal deposits, mainly in Europe, Asia, and North America. The Carboniferous period occurred between 290 to 360 million years ago and is part of the Paleozoic era. What is the evolutionary importance of the pteridophytes? As first trichophytes, pteridophytes were the first plant to exclusively colonize the terrestrial environment, forming forests. They constituted an important source of food for terrestrial animals. By presenting conductive vessels, they could be larger and the future inherited from them by phenologamic plants. What are the main parts of the ferns? Ferns are constituted by small roots that come downwards from the rhizome, which is the stem, often horizontalized. The fronds are also arise from the rhizome. On the backside of each leaf of the plant, there are small dust-like dots called soli, singular solas, also known as the seeds. What is the type of life cycle present in pteridophytes? Like all plants, pteridophytes present diplobiotic, or what we call alternation of generation or metagenesis life cycle. Why are pteridophytes more common in humid places? Pteridophytes are more common in humid places because they depend on water for their gametes to fecundate one another. In humid environments, their reproduction is more intense and they proliferate. What is the structure of the adult fern within the cells undergoing meiosis can be found? In these plants, meiosis takes place in a structure called soras, in plural soli. They are small dust-like brown dots lining the underside of the fern leaves. The soli contains polongia, where the reproductive cell undergo meiosis and where the spores are produced. What are the protharas of pteridophytes? Protharas is the pteridophyte gametophyte, the haploid individual that forms gametes. The gametophyte develops or develops by mitosis from a spore. How are gametes formed in pteridophyte life cycle? By mitosis or meiosis? What is the type of meiosis that occurs in pteridophytes? Pteridophyte gametes are made by mitosis. from special cells of the gametophytes. As in all plants, pteridophyte meiosis is spolylic, that is to say, cells of the sporophyte undergo meiosis and generate spores that then, by mitosis, develop into gametophytes. What is the lasting form of pteridophytes? The gametophyte or the sporophyte? How can it be compared to the bryophytes? The lasting form of pteridophyte is the diploid sporophyte. The fern itself, for an example, in bryophytes, the lasting form is the gametophyte. What is xanthine? Most pteridophytes have subterraneous stem parallel to the substrate called rhizome. Xanthine is a type of pteridophyte in an aerial stem, generally perpendicular to the soil, and from which hundreds of roots arise above water from the environment. Xanthine stem is used to make flower pots and other plant supports for gardening, popularly known as xanthine. Thank you very much for participating in Pteridophytes. Please do like, share, and subscribe.